Hello everyone. In this particular video, we are going to see how to count the frequency of each values that is stored in an array. So we'll just create an array and then we'll display the frequency of each value that is uh, taken as input into the array. Now there are two aspects of this. The first thing is that when we are counting the frequency, we should ensure the array is arranged in ascending order, and for that we are going to apply the bubble sort method. And once we have arranged the elements of the array in ascending order, we are going to count the frequency of each of these values that are stored in the array. So let us begin with, I am creating a new class. The name of the class I am giving as frequency. I'll maximize it and delete the existing content. We'll start with import java.util.asterisk to include the scanner class. Then class name, as I've already given, frequency, public void main, we'll declare the scanner class. Scanner sc is equal to new scanner. We are going to take an array, say of size 10, and we are going to store the size in a variable, that is 10. The first thing that we are going to do is take the array as input. So I'll just put a message, system.out.println enter the values in the array. And then I'll take a loop for taking the input. Price is equal to 0, I less than n, because we have already stored the size of the array in variable n, I plus plus, take as input a of I is equal to sc dot next int. So this is taking input into the array. I need to declare the variable I, the loop variable, and take another variable j. So once you have taken input into array, the next thing that you are going to do is apply bubble sort. Now explanation of bubble sort I'll put in another video. Here I'll just write the code that will bubble sort this array, that is arrange the elements of the array in ascending order. For doing that, we'll take two different loops. For I is equal to 1, I less than n, I plus plus. The second loop that I'll be taking is for j is equal to 0, j less than n minus 1, j plus plus. I'll put a condition if a of j is greater than a of j plus 1 and t, which is a temporary variable, equals to a of j is equal to a of j plus 1, a of j plus 1 is equal to t. The detailed explanation of bubble sort will be put in another video. So here I have just used the code of the bubble sort. So this is the loop, or this is the code that will arrange the elements of the array A in ascending order. Once we have done with it, we'll start with frequency counting. Now, what is the first step in frequency counting? The first thing that we are going to do is assign the first value of the array in a variable. So whatever the first value of the array is, I am storing it in X. And this also means that this first value will occur at least once, if not more. So whatever the first value of the array is, it may be 2, it may be 3, it may be 4, whatever it is, that will occur at least one times, if not more. So I've taken a counter C and initialize it to 1. Now I'll take a loop from the second element of the array, that is I is equal to 1 and not 0, I less than n, I plus plus, and check if the current value of the array, that is a of I. Now remember, a I is the current value, that is the value in the first position of the second position of the array, matches with x, which was the first element of the array. Then we'll increase the counter by 1, C++. Else, if it doesn't match, the element in the current position of the array does not match with the previous element, that means that particular element cannot occur in the remaining part of the array anywhere else, because we have already arranged it in ascending order. So we know that the counting of that particular value is over. So as we know that, we're directly going to display that system.out.println, that particular value, that is x, occurs how many times? C times. So we are finished with the counting of that first set of values. So we'll change the value of x, which was initialized to the first value, now with the current value, that is x is equal to a of I, and we'll set the counter again to 1, because this particular value a of I will occur at least once, if not more. This is the closing of the loop. Now you must have seen that we are displaying the count in the else part, that is when a current value does not match with the previous value, we are displaying that. Now the problem is for the last set of values, because when the last set of values will be counted, the array, the loop will come to an end, but the else part will never reach. So what will happen? The last set of values will be counted, but will never be printed. So for that, I'll just print these statements once more for the last set of values. I'll close the main and I'll close the class. So this is the code that will display the frequency of each values in the array. There may be syntax error, there may be logical errors. So the first thing that we are going to do, compile and see if there are syntax errors in it. Yeah, the first one is a semicolon mistake, that is a syntax error. Here the declaration is wrong, it should be new int. Yeah, class compiled with no syntax errors. So that means there are no syntax error in this program. Now that does not ensure that my program is correct. Okay, that does not ensure my program is correct, because there can be some logical errors as well, and logical errors can be identified only when you execute the program. So let us execute the program. Let me close this, create a new object. Okay, void main. So it is asking to enter the values into the array. So I'll enter the values, say 4, 3, 5, 2, 4, 2, 6, 5, 7, 4. So I've entered 10 values. What are the values? 4, 3, 5, 2, 4, 2, 6, 5, 7, 4. You can see it is showing 2 occurs 2 times. So let us see if it occurs 2 times or not. Yes. Then 3 occurs only once. 4 occurs 3 times. 5 occurs 2 times. 6 occurs once. And 7 occurs once. So we get a perfect result for our program. So that means the program is logically correct. So this is the code that will help you to find the frequency of each element in an array, where we took the array as input first, then we arranged it in ascending order using the bubble sort method, and then we counted the frequency. I hope this video will help you to understand the concept of frequency counting. That's it in this particular video. Thank you.